number 11, to Agori move. 20 lengths. Renewed cheers greet the outcome of the race as Andrew Minos embraces her fine coat. There's the delighted trainer, Guy.
And there was no better way than that to settle the score.
King's Lake, I think, is the last one to be led up. King's Lake is in, all loaded for the early Coolmore Irish 2000 guineas, and they're off. And in the first furlong, Dan sped well there towards the outside. Light Here is also one of the leaders, and close up towards the inside, Swalanga. Prince Echo was also in touch as they run across now towards the elbow. They've about 6.5 furlongs to race, and well there, Lord Trendy and Light Here, or just in behind the leader, Swalanga on the inside, and Dan Spid, and they're followed by King's Lake, then Manila Bay, as they run around now with over 5 furlongs to race, and Lord Trendy well there with Light Here, or towards the inside, along the inside rail of Swalanga, tracked by King's Lake, Mataboy in behind these, as they run up now towards the halfway stage, and that's Orr with Swalanga. Towards the outside is Light Here, chasing these is Lord Trendy, and they're followed by Boundary Bay and then Manila Bay, and behind them To Agori Moo, Noble Monk on the inside, as they run down now past the chains, and Swalanga the leader from Orr, and then Light Here and Dan Spid and Noble Monk, and they're followed by Lord Trendy and King's Lake. To Agori Moo tracking them with Boundary Bay and then Prince Echo and Manila Bay, as they run down now with under 3 furlongs to race, and Light Here is the leader from Swalanga and King's Lake, and then Dan Spid. To Agori Moo making good headway on the outside. Inside the last 2 furlongs, and King's Lake hits the front. To Agori Moo coming there on the near side. It's King's Lake the leader from To Agori Moo in second. In third place is Prince Echo. Then Dan Spid and Mataboy, and as they race into the final furlong, that's King's Lake and Pat Edery in the lead from on the stand side. To Agori Moo and Greville Starkey, and they're followed by Prince Echo in third, and as they race into the closing stages, King's Lake and To Agori Moo. King's Lake holding To Agori Moo as they go to the line. King's Lake and To Agori Moo. Prince Echo in third, Mataboy 4, and then Dan Spid. They're clear of Manila Bay.
They're all installed for the St James's Palace Stakes. The white flag up under orders and away. And a quick pick by Great Substance. Great Substance going on from Belbaleed. And just in behind them, Robalino, and Belbaleed coming up now to dispute it with Robalino as Great Substance drops back to third. 4 is To Agori Moo. Then comes King Lake and Shazavan and Prince Echo in another realm, quite closely grouped in behind the 2 leaders, Prince Bolide and Robalino. Past the 6 furlong mark, Prince Bolide on the inside of Robalino, Belbaleed on the inside of Robalino. Just in behind them come Shazavan, who's just moved into third now. To Agori Moo is on the inside. King's Lake's between horses. Behind them come Great Substance, and then Prince Echo and another realm. As they race past the half-mile pole, Belbaleed on the inside of Robalino. To Agori Moo is in third. King's Lake now 4, right upsides him, and then Shazavan. As they race round the home turn, Belbaleed on the inside of Robalino. To Agori Moo with Shazavan on the outside of King's Lake, who's between he and To Agori Moo. As they turn it for home now, and it's Belbaleed in the lead from Robalino. King's Lake, Shazavan, To Agori Moo coming to challenge Belbaleed and take a fractional advantage. And it's To Agori Moo on the far side being challenged now by King's Lake, the 1-2 in the Irish Guineas. But on the far side, To Agori Moo. In second place is King's Lake, and is To Agori Moo going to avenge that Stewart's decision? It looks like it at the moment. To Agori Moo from King's Lake. Pat Edery putting everything in, but To Agori Moo is holding him as they race to the line. It's To Agori Moo holding King's Lake, and at the line, To Agori Moo just wins it from King's Lake. Third was Belbaleed. You should hear the applause.
And there is To Agori Moo once again. He's by Tudor Music out of Sarah Van Fleet, who was by Cracksman. And as I was saying, although he's a really good Stamford horse, there's nothing pretty about him. He's a real workman, a really big, honest, intelligent head. And when you see him striding back down towards the distance, you'll see what heart he's got for this game of racing. Guy Howard's a travelling head lad, just walking nice and quietly alongside To Agori Moo. There, what a lovely racehorse he is too.
Starkey rode him from a fair way back, lay off the pace, but in the St James's Palace, when he beat Kingslake by a neck, he went to the front early in the straight, about 2 1/4 furlongs from the finish, and I think that possibly suited To Agori Mu a bit better, and I should think that Greville will be making his move in plenty of time today, because when Kingslake beat him, the reverse happened. When Kingslake won, it was Kingslake who went to the front just over 2 furlongs from home, and then he held off To Agori Mu. So a fascinating battle of tactics here between Greville Starkey and Pat Eddery. It'll be most interesting to see who goes first, though there is a front runner in the race, one in particular anyway, Belmont Bay and Lester Piggott, and there he is on the lovely bay horse. He's just starting to get warm as he left the paddock. He was quite cool when he first came in, but the parade and the canter down to the start
coming down towards the 3 furlong pole. Belmont Bay still in the lead from Last Fandango. To Agori Mu coming there strongly now within Fijar. Just in behind the leaders, Kingslake coming down now to the 2 furlong pole. And it's To Agori Mu, Last Fandango, Belmont Bay a little between them. Then Kingslake, Dalsan coming there strongly towards the stand side in the hood. Belmont Bay over on the far side. Dalsan coming there in the centre. To Agori Mu in between horses, and it's To Agori Mu now who storms into the lead from Belmont Bay over on the far side. Belmont Bay is fighting back as they race up towards the line. Kingslake is coming there between horses very strongly as they race up towards the line. Kingslake on the far side takes a fractional advantage, and Kingslake has won it. Kingslake has won it from To Agori Mu and Noalto third.
For many horses, that 2,000 guineas would have been drama enough, but for To Agori Mu, it was only the beginning. In his next race, he won the Irish 2,000 guineas. Well, he didn't actually win it, if you remember. He finished second to the O'Brien-trained Kingslake, but then got the race in a stewards' inquiry. But then in an inquiry into the inquiry, Kingslake got the race back again. And everyone began to take tremendous sides over this. So when To Agori Mu and Kingslake were rematched in the St James's Palace Stakes at Ascot, and moved up to challenge behind the front-running Bell Ballade Robolino, the atmosphere was as passionate as Celtic versus Rangers.
Between them, Shah-Savan on the outside, inside the distance. To Agori Mu still by this same length, the half furlong to race, and it is To Agori Mu holding Kingslake close home. To Agori Mu, Kingslake, a long gap to Bell Ballade.
So this time To Agori Mu won fair and square, and many were convinced that he was the better horse. But conviction is one thing, horse racing quite another. And 6 weeks later, To Agori Mu and Kingslake were rematched again in the Sussex Stakes at Goodwood, with the added ingredient of Kingslake's stable companion Last Fandango, who was a close second to Belmont Bay as they turned into the straight. So Belmont Bay the leader, Last Fandango with a light cap outside him, then the yellow colours of To Agori Mu, Kingslake behind the 2 leaders with very little room. So watch Brown Rice on Last Fandango's pale cap, because he's trying to make room for his stable companion in a sense. Now, you watch his head, because as they come up towards this 2 furlong, he looks left there at To Agori Mu, he looks right to see where Pat Eddery is, moves across, it's open sesame, and Pat Eddery takes full advantage of the space he's now got.
They've got a furlong and a half to race now, and it's To Agori Mu from Belmont Bay on the inside, Kingslake between these 2, Delsan then in 4th place. They come down to the last 100 yards, and Kingslake takes it up, 50 yards, Kingslake, To Agori Mu and Noalto.
The big revenge that time by Kingslake, but some gripers would have it he was assisted by some team tactics by Last Fandango. Whatever the arguments, To Agori Mu seemed to get involved with them. And next time he actually beat Kingslake, but both of them got run over by the firm ground specialist North Jet at Dover.
Kingslake has become a 4th Vincent O'Brien trained winner of the Sussex Stakes, following Thatch in 73, Arteus 77, Jazeera 78. Pat Eddery waiting to hear whether he has won his 2nd successive Sussex, won it in most dramatic style on Posse last year, that great miler. Now, stud, Derrisley Wood, hatless Vincent O'Brien there, giving a pat on the back as he follows Kingslake in, waiting to hear the number 7 called. And here comes the result. The outcome of the Sussex Stakes. First, number 7, Kingslake. Second, number 10, To Agori Move. Third, number 9, No Alto. And fourth, number 2, Delta. So the full official 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 1981 Sussex Stakes. The winner, number 7, Kingslake, owned by Monsieur Jean-Pierre Binet, trained by Vincent O'Brien in Ireland and ridden by Pat Edery. Second was number 10, To Agori Move, owned by Mrs. Andrew Munoz, trained by Guy Harwood and ridden by Greville Starkey. And third was number 9, No Alto, the very fast finishing No Alto, owned by Sheikh Mohammed, trained by Frankie Durr, the victorious trainer in yesterday.
Kingslake, remember, was disqualified after winning the Irish Guineas, but was then reinstated after an appeal. Seldom have passions run so high as they did before today's race. Sadly, there was a non-runner or withdrawal before the race started when Matterboy was found to be running a temperature. Kingslake was made favourite by the Irish at 6-4. Peter O'Sullivan picks up the story of the race.
They're all in store for the St. James's Palace Stakes. The white flag up under orders and away. And a quick bake by Great Substance. Great Substance going on from Belbaleed. And just in behind them, Robolino, and Belbaleed coming up now to dispute it with Robolino as Great Substance drops back to third. 4 is To Agori Move. Then comes Kingslake and Shazavan and Prince Echo in another realm, quite closely grouped in behind the two leaders, Prince Bolide and Robolino. Past the 6 furlong mark. Prince Bolide on the inside of Robolino, Belbaleed on the inside of Robolino. Just in behind them comes Shazavan, who's just moved into third now. To Agori Move is on the inside. Kingslake's between horses. Behind them come Great Substance, and then Prince Echo and another realm. As they race past the half-mile pole, Belbaleed on the inside of Robolino. To Agori Move is in third. Kingslake now 4 right upsides him, and then Shazavan. As they race round the home turn, Belbaleed on the inside of Robolino. To Agori Move with Shazavan on the outside of Kingslake, who's between he and To Agori Move as they turn in for home now, and it's Belbaleed in the lead from Robolino. Kingslake, Shazavan, To Agori Move coming to challenge Belbaleed and take a fractional advantage. And it's To Agori Move on the far side being challenged now by Kingslake, the 1-2 in the Irish Guineas. But on the far side, To Agori Move. In second place is Kingslake. And is To Agori Move going to avenge that Stewart's decision? It looks like it at the moment. To Agori Move from Kingslake. Pat Edery putting everything in, but To Agori Move is holding him as they race to the line. It's To Agori Move holding Kingslake, and at the line, To Agori Move just wins it from Kingslake. Third was Belbaleed. You should hear the applause. Here's the closing stages again with Julian Wilson.
Now what a terrific race this was. Belbaleed led into the straight, but look at the gap that comes for Greville Starkey for To Agori Move, which he whips through. It literally came from just at the right moment. Greville kicked for home and set up a winning advantage. Robolino's just there on his outside. Pat Edery was always tracking Greville, always just on his outside. He's had the run through on the outside and hasn't really lost any ground in that manoeuvre, and from now on it's a head-to-head battle all the way. Greville's got first run, and he's never really looked like being beaten, and coming to the furlong it looked as though he might go away and win by a length and a half. But to the great credit of the Irish trained colt Kingslake, he never gave up battling for a moment. Greville's just pulled his whip through, but Pat Edery riding hard now on Kingslake. And at this point, I thought there'd be a length and a half between them. But this is where Pat gets this terrific run out of Kingslake. And those of us who thought that he might possibly not get the trip, well, how wrong we were. Because in the last furlong, if anything, it's To Agori Move who's showing signs of distress, whereas Pat's thrown everything in and got the response that he asked for from Kingslake. He's catching him, there's no doubt about it, all the way up to the line. But there's no doubt that at the line, To Agori Move has held on to win by perhaps a neck, with the third horse, as you can see, a long way back.
First, number 11, To Agori Move. 20 lengths, renewed, cheers, greet the outcome of the race as Andrew Munoz embraces her fine coat as the delighted trainer, Guy.
And there was no better way than that to settle the score.